This segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your partner is good health.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us, however you may be joining us. We appreciate it very, very much. Anytime we need to get some updates from Thibodaux, we turn to Thibodaux Police Department and Lieutenant Clint Dempster. Hi, Clint. How are we doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
All right. We appreciate it. I know we got a lot going on. Let's first maybe talk about these 3 arrests addressing these drugs and guns that you guys were able to get off the street.
Yeah, so anytime we can, put a little arrest together like this, a little investigation, and again, this one was a couple months long, various different agencies involved in it, and the chief, again, likes to give kudos to those agencies. We couldn't do it without our neighboring agencies and their help to do so. But this was last week, we made actually 3 arrests last week. May the 15th, Thursday on May 15th, our Narcotics division, along with the SWAT team, various other divisions inside our department, along with a couple of other agencies, was able to secure a search warrant for a residence in the 1200 block of St. Charles Street. During the search warrant, we was actually able to make 3 arrests: an Alicia Keller, 22, black female; a Monty Miller, 28, black female; and a Daquan Duncan, 28, a black male, was all arrested inside that residence. They also had some juveniles, some children inside the residence who were given over to a responsible adult who came to the scene. But like I said, this is an ongoing investigation. The other agencies involved also had some charges and some charges that were brought forth on the male subject. In a separate investigation that was outside of the parish. So again, anytime we can work together with other agencies to try to come together and get this stuff off the streets, it's a plus in our department.
Yeah, and it seems like as we see some of the drugs and guns pictured here, it looks like Ms. Keller, as you mentioned, 22-year black female, was charged with carrying 3 counts of illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of CDS, which is a felony, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, which is a felony, possession or distribution of drug paraphernalia, a misdemeanor, keeping a disorderly place used for illegal purposes, a misdemeanor, illegal possession of a stolen firearm, a felony, and 4 counts of illegal use of a controlled drug in the presence or persons under 17 years old. And it looks like they had a bond amount of $76,000. And Clint, do we know if they're still within jurisdiction or if they've bonded out?
I don't have the update on that.
Gotcha.
The last I did check, they were still in the facility.
Okay.
But like I said, I mean, we recovered over 2.5 pounds of marijuana.
Right.
One of those weapons you've seen inside the picture there was actually stolen out of Texas. So It was a stolen firearm. So like I said, I mean, you're talking some major charges there.
Sure.
And definitely, what's even better is it's off the streets.
Right. That's exactly right. So we're really glad of that. I want to run through Ms. Miller's charges, a 28 black female, charged with possession of intent to distribute marijuana, possession or distribution of drug paraphernalia, improper supervision of a minor by a parent or legal custodian, 4 counts of illegal use of a controlled drug in the presence or persons under 17 years of age, and that bond amount was set at $66,000. So again, you can see that the judge was very serious about these charges with $76,000 and $66,000 in the bond amount. And then Mr. Duncan, as you mentioned, has gotten issues with other areas, right? He's had some problems in other areas. He was charged with 3 counts of possession of a firearm, carrying a concealed weapon by a convicted felon, 3 counts of illegal carrying of a weapon in the presence of a CDS, possession with intent to distribute marijuana, possession of distribution of a drug paraphernalia, illegal possession of a stolen firearm, as you mentioned, 4 counts of illegal use of a controlled substance in the presence of those under 17, and his bond amount, $167,000. And so, again, kudos to the great work being done by your team, Clint. And so I know the chief is very proud of the work that's being done. And being able to get those drugs off the street, the firearms off the street, and those individuals off the street as well. So congratulations. Talk a little bit about Click It or Ticket that's going to take place here soon.
Yeah, so that's actually that wave has started. We're in the midst of it now. So basically, it's something that we do pretty frequently. It's a grant that we work off of through Louisiana Highway Safety Grant. This grant is off-duty police officers who's not working their normal tour of duty. They out focusing on seatbelt violations various times throughout the grant. Obviously, we center this around the Memorial Day holiday. This particular one, again, you'll see this. We have different ones throughout the year centered around other holidays. But this particular one, like I said, it's been in effect for this week so far, and it's going to continue throughout next week. Centered around, like I said, this busy holiday season, this holiday weekend. It's always, unfortunately, yes, it's a great time for everybody to get out and have a good time and do cookouts. But with that comes a lot of drinking. And again, we don't have an issue with that as long as you're doing it responsible, finding a sober driver, and not taking it to the roadway. We just ask, to help us spread the word. Of no drinking and driving this weekend, and as well as fastening your seatbelt while you're doing so.
Well, Clint, we appreciate that. Thank you for all the updates. And again, thanks for getting those individuals off the street. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on Bayou Time.
This segment was brought to you by A.J. Doman Chevrolet. We say yes when others say no.